This is BTV News coming to you live from the capital, Gaborone. I am Khomotso Mapani. The headlines. President Boko cautions cabinet against corrupt practices under his leadership. Vice President assures the nation that government will work around the clock to restore economic fortunes. And Khosi Rubuamang of Tamaga calls for full support of cultural festivals. Interpreting in sign language is Topo Taposa. Good evening. The last batch of cabinet ministers was sworn in this morning, completing the formation of the new government. During the swearing-in ceremony, President Advocate Duma Boko took the opportunity to deliver a stern warning regarding corrupt practices, emphasizing the importance of integrity and transparency in public service. Gigantse Khumalo reports.
The 18 new cabinet ministers bring with them a wealth of experience and expertise poised to tackle a wide range of challenges facing the nation. President Boko underscored the gravity of their responsibilities, reinforcing the notion that their roles extend beyond mere administration, mentioning that they are the guardians of public trust. He urged the newly appointed ministers to uphold the principles of accountability and to foster a culture of transparency within their respective ministries.
There will be no corruption. First, because I expect that we will uphold the highest standards. But secondly, and more critically, we will put in place very robust institutions and practices that will ensure that there is no corruption. Because we have to do this. So that even as we police ourselves, we must always know there are institutions and structures that are exerting influence and providing oversight and ensuring that we all stay on the straight and narrow.
Moreover, cabinet ministers were encouraged to exercise diligence and dedication to their work.
We have to deliver in the shortest possible time. And when people come to us demanding answers, they don't want them today. They don't want them tomorrow. They want them like yesterday. So we are running, chasing after time. And so we need to appreciate this. We will work with public officers who have been in their positions. We must accord them due respect.
The President assured the cabinet ministers of his utmost support, promising them that they will navigate obstacles they encounter together as one government. Gigantse Khumalo, BOTSWANA Television, Gaborone.
The Vice President, Ms. Tandaba Gaolatling, who's also the Minister of Finance, says Botswana have ushered in a new government that will restore the economic fortunes of the country using the nation's resources that are superabundant to create jobs and wealth for all citizens. Mr. Gaolatling was in Maidengwe for a meet and greet with residents at the main Khotla. Bethany Mando has more.
The Vice President, Mr. Ndaba Gaolatling, in a social interaction with residents of Maidengwe, and he used this opportunity to lay down the new government plans to tackle the pressing needs of the country using natural resources.
Renale magala, renale gauta, renale taimane. Renale banana, baba botlhale, renale bagolo, baba ponelopele, ga gona sepe se re se tlhokang mirare. Ga re kgone go hetla ditiro mirare sekgwama sa rona sa hokola mirare batho ba rona ba tshela matshelo a makgwakgwa mme Botswana yo mošwa ke o reng nako eo e gorogile ga e sa tlhole e le nako ya go supa ope ka menwana ke nako ya gore re dire mmogo re age lehatshe mmogo re age itsholelo mmogo re age dikomponi tsa megobagoba tse di ka hirang bontsi jwa bana ba rona mmogo.
Residents of Maidengwe want economic transformation that will inspire hope.
Me, through our support, we believe you are going to make it because we put you deliberately and we had the knowledge that these are the boys that are going to do it for us. Thank you.
Tsholohello e ntse e re na le tumelo ya hore gongwe pharologanyo e tla nna teng.
However, Khosi Mphala Mengwe says government should move with speed to address non-completion of government projects.
Who police station since 2017 to date? I see where the receipt people are so heavy because more market gets out because it's to get out of check and other medicine. Or tell them one less than 10. More projecting, yeah, almost 70 million.
The Vice President says their aim is to see Botswana living better lives and taking responsibilities in the affairs of the country. Bethany Manto, BTV News, Maitengwe.
Involving children through creating platforms where they could freely express their curiosity and explore the agricultural space to unleash and harness innovative solutions from their young minds could yield long-term solutions in food security and unemployment. The idea has been put to test by Gwanantle farmers in Tuli Block through the Children's Agriculture and Skills Fair. Karabo Mulusi with more.
A glimpse of the future on display for competition here are the arts and crafts showcasing innovative ideas that might become the next big breakthrough in agriculture in years to come if developed into real-world applications. Made by the children from schools in Bobirwa, products ranged from beadwork, textile, wire cars, basketry, paintings, clayworks and more.
After dyeing the plum tree, we take the hard part of the plum tree that is called, in Sibira we call it dipelo. We take them and immerse them inside the water, chew them and rub with the plum tree, turn it upside down to make a finished product. After finishing, we take the plum tree to twist it around. As you see, in Sibira we called it hoboma.
I
go out to look for wires and design them into a car. I also use cans and tires.
I
was busy getting my beads inside the tram, slowly and slowly, so that they cannot fall. And then I tied it up, and after tying it up, I put it on my fabric that I used beads. With my bangle and my ring, I swiped each bead.
In their presentations, the children demonstrated understanding and enthusiasm, also interpreted as a call for further action to nurture their ideas. I witnessed the work of these children in textile and horticulture. It reflects their abilities, and it also challenges us as parents and guardians to create a conducive environment where they can explore their potential and hone their abilities in agriculture.
We want children to be able to reach their academic potential. But aside from that, we also realize and acknowledge that sometimes people are born with talents that aren't necessarily academic. We invest in the children hoping that in the future, they create a better Botswana for all of us.
The initiative also featured activities such as traditional dance, debate, quiz and essay competitions in which the winners were awarded individual and schools prizes. Karabo Mulusi, BTV News, Gwanantle Farmers, Tuli Block.
Botswana and BOTSWANA officials have expressed commitment to contribute towards the development of education in the country. The two jointly donated ICT educational gadgets and mattresses to Musu Primary School in Musu. Sabaizen Taboho reports.
Musu Primary School first opened its doors in 1967. Fast forward 57 years later, and now it boasts a learner complement of 621 students. The school recently received a generous donation courtesy of Orangebana and BOTSWANA in the form of ICT educational gadgets and other utilities, including bedding for students, as it also has a RAS hostel.
This event marks our commitment as an organization to empowering young minds of today to pave a brighter future forward. So the digital school kits that we present here today, they provide a bridge, to our students, to give them a world of knowledge, where students are encouraged to be creative.
We believe that coming here and partnering with the Musu village, we are giving students here and preparing them for more opportunities in future so that they can come and compete and be the leaders of tomorrow.
Being a school located in one of the remote areas in the country places it at somewhat of a disadvantage. Hence, donations, especially those in line with ICT, are welcome. It's a job well done by the BOTSWANA and Orangebana.
Orange le lona go nna teng ga lona go nna le seabe sa lona.
Le mo ga gore le tsisitse le bo matrase so se e leng gore se promote jalo the dignity ya motho ka gore go ithela le gore matrase a rona ba ga etso.
I have learned that you also donated mattresses that will give students a dignity, especially that they have been using old ones.
They are going to thusa in this digital world. They are going to actually enhance ICT integration.
Really ba council ya Buteti. Re itumela go minaganye.
As Buteti District Council, we are happy for the donations, as you know that when we work together we can achieve a lot.
Moruto wa we se ga o ele. Se tshwara ke ntšapedi ga se thata.
The donation is in line with pillar number 4 of the Sustainable Development Goals, which speaks access to quality education. These two companies have greatly improved the educational landscape of the grade 5 to 7 learners, who will each be getting a tablet loaded with the syllabus, with their teachers getting laptops each. Sabaizen Taboho, BTV News, Musu.
You're still with BTV News at 9 o'clock. Now, the newly appointed Minister of Justice and Correctional Services, Mr. Nelson Ramawutwana, met with the leadership of all agencies in the ministry to familiarize himself with its operations and to get information on impactful initiatives that could be implemented by the new administration within the first 100 days.
Ramawutwana said the first 100 days of a new administration are important as they present an opportunity to lay the groundwork through a series of executive orders. He said above all, the new administration is passionate about promoting and prioritizing human rights. He said, therefore, the Ministry of Justice and Correctional Services will strengthen institutional frameworks for the promotion of human rights in accordance with United Nations values.
100 days, there should be a direction of where we are going. Confidence in you that you will create a working environment that will facilitate me and my assistant minister in delivering the mandate of the ministry and to take our country to greater heights. And I want to repeat what Mr. President says. We are not here as enemies. We are here to work together. We are not here to make arbitrary decisions. We are here to make informed decisions. And as such, I appeal to you to disclose any and everything else so that we can also make decisions based on facts and the law, not on arbitrary issues.
Leaders from Ministry of Justice and Correctional Services departments presented projects that they believe the new administration can implement in the coming days.
Ghana, without funding, we may not be able to feed, and when we are unable to feed, there will be problems. How do you keep people when we cannot feed them?
Currently, we operate on a manual platform, but once with the court management system coming fully online, we'll be able to do everything from online filing of court documents and ultimately be able to conduct virtual courts. In achieving that, people won't have to travel far distances to be able to access the court.
Human rights. We
also wish to go into primary schools and teach children at a tender age about human rights.
Primary school, human rights.
gore ba bua gore ba na le di-vacancies tse dintsintsi diphata tsa mebereko tse e le gore ba na le keletso ya gore ba di feede mme e nna madi a gore hayo mme go na tse dingwe tse e le gore ba na le ba ka kgona go dira jalo in 100 days tse e le gore madi ba ka bona ba dira jang ke so ra go nna ga ba re facilitate go kgona gore tse di filwe ka nako e tshwanetseng.
Mr. R Moana requested the leadership of the Ministry of Justice and Correctional Services to prepare detailed reports as he plans to meet them one-on-one soon. BTV News, Gaborone.
Okavango Wilderness Safaris will donate 300 food hampers for 3 months to communities in 5 Okavango East villages. When donating the food hampers to the Beetsa and Hudigwa communities, the Wilderness Safari stakeholder manager, Mr. Mwanawasa Lebekwe, said owing to harsh drought conditions, they deemed it fit to help the less privileged, especially in areas where they operate. Tiny Tugudu reports.
The spirit of compassion from the OWS towards the needy in the society has been enhanced by the government declaration that 2022-2023 will be an extreme agricultural drought year. From that statement, the OWS company realized that farmers will be unable to plant crops this year. The OWS pledged to donate food hampers to 300 households in Soronga, Gunutsuga, Eretsa, Beetsa, and Gutigwa from November until January next year. We are forced to do this because of the drought that has affected the SADC region. I understand most of you harvested nothing after plowing this year. OWS has come to rescue those who had tried plowing but did not harvest anything and those who are in need. This will be done for 3 months, being November, December, and January. We have 300 food hampers to cover the 5 OCT villages. There are elderly people who plowed and did not reap anything. Others had showed their needs, and others are those VDC and village leadership had recognized their needs. Some of the beneficiaries appreciated this gesture. We are struggling that we end up being engaged with Ipelechen program, but with these food hampers, it will be better. OWS have indicated that they will extend the food distribution initiative to various villages in the neighboring countries of Namibia, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. Tiny Tugudu, BTV News, Gudigwa.
Orangebana of Tamaga has called for support of cultural festivals as they are critical to promoting cultural preservation. Speaking at the Bahamanana Cultural Festival in Tamaga, Orangebana emphasized the need to avoid cultural erosion and encourage children to embrace their culture. Abigail Samson reports.
Bakhatla regard this annual event as a time to embrace and appreciate their culture through various cultural activities such as dikgafela, dikwari, poetry, traditional dance and music. Orangebana says the festival is key to teaching BOTSWANA the importance of cultural preservation, which, if fully tapped on, could play a more meaningful role in the economy. It is imperative that in these times we preserve our culture so that upcoming generation does not become a lost nation, but rather we should leave them a legacy of knowing and understanding their roots. Japanese Embassy's Deputy Head of Mission, Mr. Okawashing, also highlighted that cultural heritage plays a vital role in boosting the economy.
I have learned that Tamaha is also well known for preserving and promoting traditional crafts such as pottery for the public as well as for tourists. Tamaha Pottery Cooperative not only preserves traditional pottery techniques but also supports the local economy and empower the community through sustainable livelihood.
Na le mahelo a harologaneng a tshwana le re mo golonele lehelo le ba ga itse mo bojanaleng ba ba itseng ba ba ka gakollang.
We have heritage sites like this one. They can be used as tourist sites and earn income for communities.
Beng di le mo tikologong eno re le gone ha so seo se ka re tlhamela bojanala batho ba ne ba tswa ga borone ba tla go thuba monono kwano ba pagama dithabatse ba bona bontle jwa lehelo le le tshwana le lonele mme re ka re ka tsela ntseng jalo ra dira letseno ka dilotse
lehelo le ke di ekere di le 11 ke lehelo le le tona thata le re le gore maikelo a rona.
The size of this site is 11 hectares and it is very big, so our intention is to develop it and make it attractive for tourists. Orangebana reiterated that documentation of cultural practices should be promoted so that future generations can also learn and appreciate their culture. Abigail Samson, BTV News, Tamaga.
President Advocate Duma Boko is expected to give his maiden State of the Nation address tomorrow, Tuesday afternoon, the 19th of November, here in Gaborone. This will also be the 13th Parliament's first State of the Nation address following the 2024 general elections. The expectation is for the President to inform the nation on the present economic, political and social status. In regional news, the Southern African Development Community SADC is set to hold an extraordinary summit of heads of state and government in Harare, Zimbabwe on the 20th November 2024. The summit will focus on the security situation in the eastern part of the Democratic Republic of Congo, with a particular emphasis on the SADC mission in the Democratic Republic of Congo. The SAMI-DRC was deployed in December 2023 to address the DRC security situation and restore peace and stability for sustainable development. The summit will be preceded by the extraordinary SADC Organ Tracker Summit, chaired by Tanzanian President Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan. The President, Advocate Duma Boko, is expected to attend the summit. Liza Osakeng is standing by to give us the latest in sport.
Thank you so much, Khomotso. Good evening. I am Liza Osekeng with your World of Sport, and we are starting off with netball news. Joining Ladies Netball Club and Policemen Netball Club are champions of the Southern Zone Spring Netball Tournament, which was played at Bona Courts in Gaborone over the weekend. Joining Ladies were crowned champions after defeating Police 39-32, while Policemen emerged victorious after beating Notwane 39-20. Katlego Khakole.
Running in the white and blue outfit claimed the first quarter 8-4. The Diamond Mining Town ladies continued with their good display, with the likes of Hilda Binang dominating the proceedings to help Jennings snatch the second quarter 17-13. Other Police College ladies gained momentum in the third quarter and managed to score 11 points to leave the score sheet reading 24-all. In the final quarter, the two clubs continued to be neck to neck, but Lukara Netball League champions Jennings came out tops, ensuring that they win the game with a 39-32 scoreline to be crowned champions. For their effort, they walked away with a trophy and gold medals. Runners-up Police were rewarded with silver medals, while third place BDF Cats went home with bronze medals.
I would say congratulations to my girls for their determination, commitment. Remember, we are the Lukara champion for this year, 2024. Now, we wanted to sell this year. And we knew that it's not going to be an easy game because Police, that's the team that we met in the finals. So we expected to meet it again in the finals in this tournament. So we're just aware that it's not going to be a walk away. So all my departments were working very, very well. Our defense, our medal court, and our shooter.
Tota go bua nnete bana ba rona ba berekile gompieko re tshameka.
Our ladies played exceptionally well. We didn't have a full squad due to injuries, but our junior players we felt that played well, especially in the third quarter.
And re kgonne go bona capability ya bone and ba re supetse tota third quarter in e leng tota mo eleng gore re itumetse ba se dirileng.
In the men's finals, Police locked horns with Notwane, and Police dominated the first two quarters, winning them 10-7 and 17-10 respectively. In the third and fourth quarters, Police continued having an upper hand, clinching the third quarter 28-15 before wrapping up the match with a 39-20 scoreline to emerge the champions. They walked away with the trophy and gold medals, while Notwane settled for silver medals. Third place BDF Cats were rewarded with bronze medals. Our tournament ran smoothly because before the proceedings, we engaged with club managers to discuss our manual, and they were very cooperative. The Botswana Netball Association two-day tournament, which attracted 4 ladies and 4 men's teams, concluded Bona 2024 sporting calendar. Katlego Khakole, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
And now switching codes, the Botswana Defence Force continues to play a leading role in promoting sporting activities and wellness as they hosted a powerlifting competition in Francistown on Saturday. Kidibonye Lekanake reports for us.
According to Lieutenant Colonel Okhanele Kgetho, who is the chairperson of the 2nd Brigade Group powerlifting team, the Botswana Defence Force's mandate is to promote the sport, which started in the military, and use it to keep the youth off the streets while promoting wellness at the same time.
Maikelo a magolo a dikgaiseng tsena ke gore re tsaya motshameko ona re ntse mo sesoleng re ise ko setšhabeng re bontshe setšhaba gore le bone ba ka tsalla metshameko.
The objective of this sport is to take it from the military to the people and also to keep the youth off the streets. We have women who are also into this sport. We wanted to include women too and not feature men only.
Gender inclusive.
These annual competitions features men and women from outside the country, those in the military, as well as local civilians.
I am the defending champion for the 2nd year now. I'm a lightweight champion, and I have been doing this for 3 years. And I just want to tell people out there that this sport is not about people who are heavy, people who are big. Like, if you have the love for something, you can, and you believe in something, you can make it happen.
I started the sport when I was doing my Form 4 in 2004, and I derived the inspiration from my uncle who was loyal to this sport. This year's winners were Ahmed Abulela, who has been holding the title for 8 years as the super heavyweight champion, followed by Orangebana Mwanawasa, who is the best overall winner in the men's category. On the ladies' side, Stella David also retained her title, which she has successfully defended for some years now. Kedi Bonyele Kalake, BTV Sport, Francistown.
And finally, Mahalapel Rail Giants ladies softball team registered their first victory of the ongoing Botswana Softball Association League, beating Seroya Raptures ladies softball team 19-6 in a match played at Makubu Rail Park in Selebe-Pikwe over the weekend. Kipidile Khaolebale.
Rail Giants started the match on a high note, winning the first inning 10-3. Raptures improved their game in the second inning, making it 1-1. The Mahalape-based outfit came back rejuvenated in the third inning, clinching it by 3-1. In the fourth, which was also the final inning, Rail Giants made the lightweight of Raptures, edging them 5-0 to register their first win of the league.
It was just a game in there and there. Some of our key players, Hadio, but the new players, Banereba Sayana Kajuni, they came to the party. Habar Sokodisa, Husupower, they will gel well Mutin.
This is our third game. Me Momotame Congo, Rezene Re Tari Pakante, Kaharosan Nansente, Kagore, Tota Timame Patales. Harona Laile, Plaratele Goredia, Zedibo Tokotele or Nalazon, Hagar Zedibo Tokara like a pitcher and catcher. So the two pitchers we have, Banako Rapa, at the Ko Francistown, Keroniko Longoreba, Direla thing, and the Rabana training time.
In the men's side, Rail Giants defeated Comets 4-2, while Raptures suffered a 8-4 loss to Scramblers. Kipidile Khaolebale, BTV Sport, Selebe-Pikwe.
Well, and that is it for sport this evening. Komoto is standing by to give us a reminder of our top stories.
President Moko cautions cabinet against corrupt practices under his leadership. Vice President assures the nation that government will work around the clock to restore economic fortunes. And Khosi Rubuamang of Tamaga calls for full support of cultural festivals. Laza Sakeng in sport, Topotaposa translating in sign language. Up next is the weather update. BTV News, Iganyarona.
Good evening and welcome to today's weather forecast brought to you by Mpo Ishadar. Let's start off by looking at the rainfall amounts recorded this morning at 8 a.m. We have 2 millimeters at Kasane International Airport, Leaders International School, Matsumu Primary School, and Ralekheto Primary School. Now for the current satellite picture, clouds are visible over most parts of the country, and this bluish color shows some developing thunderstorms which may possibly thunder or shower this evening. For tomorrow, a few patches of clouds are expected over southern, central, and northeast districts, and over the remaining districts, partly cloudy conditions are expected with possibility of isolated thunder showers over Ngamiland, Khanzi, Kalagadin to southern, southeast Katling, and Kwenen districts. Furthermore, fresh to strong winds are expected over most parts of the country. Therefore, the public is advised to take necessary precautions. In the morning, hot temperatures are expected over the entire country, ranging between 20 degrees Celsius over Good Hope, Francistown, and Panamatenga to 23 degrees Celsius over Tsabong, Letlhakane, and Maitengwe. In the afternoon, very hot temperatures are expected over the entire country, ranging between 36 degrees Celsius over Good Hope and Francistown to 38 degrees Celsius over Tsabong, Letlhakane, and Maung. Therefore, the public is advised to take necessary precautions. Continue the weather forecast for active fires. Active fires are visible over Chobe near Panamatenga and southern Kalahari at Bokhokobo. Now, for the fire danger index, very hot to extremely dangerous conditions are expected over most parts of the country. Therefore, the public is advised to take necessary precautions. Continue the weather forecast for southern Southeast Gauteng and Kwening on Wednesday and Thursday. Partly cloudy conditions are expected on both Wednesday and Thursday with possibility of isolated thunder showers on Thursday with very hot afternoon temperatures. For Gantse and Kalahari districts, partly cloudy conditions are expected for both Wednesday and Thursday with possibility of isolated thunder showers with very hot afternoon temperatures. For Chobe and Gamiland, partly cloudy conditions are expected for both Wednesday and Thursday with very hot afternoon temperatures. Lastly, for Central and Northeast, few patches of clouds are expected for both Wednesday and Thursday with very hot afternoon temperatures. Well, that's all I had for you tonight. Have yourself a good night.